Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to disturbing message in SHEIN clothing goes viral on TikTok. SHEIN forced to respond. Is that how you say the name? Shane? I don't know. But yeah, I was going to watch this by myself because I watch YouTube when I'm not here. But yeah, I thought it would be an interesting video to react to because yeah, the thumbnail that they showed, I was like, dang, like are people trying to cry out for help? Like the people making the clothes? Are they being overworked or something? Are they trying to cry out for help? Are they trying to send subliminal messages to the people buying the clothes? Are people going to help them? They're forced to respond apparently. So I wonder what they said. Are they trying to cover something up? I don't know. Let me stop talking. Let's get into this video and see what it's about. And please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
SHEIN might offer deals fellow fast fashion brands
crazy.
just can't compete with.
And these cost me, drumroll please, a grand total of £8.50.
But when eerie messages begin arriving in...
See, isn't that crazy? Your tag says need your help. Wait. Saving technology, need your help. Oh, or maybe need your help washing with the soft detergent. I don't know. Is that a subliminal message? Or is it just a bad translation? I don't know. It seems like a cry for help. Like they're trying to ask for help secretly. But who's making the tags? Maybe it's a team of people. I don't know. But yeah, let's keep watching.
the apparel company's packages.
I was extremely freaked out last night.
And items that don't appear to reflect SHEIN's value start appearing on their site. Are the costs the infamously secretive brand is cutting beginning to show?
You have this app full of colors and sizes and shapes, and it's a very bright world. And then when you start to look at who's behind that, who's the company, it's a big black hole.
And what's more, is there a toll hidden behind the budget brand's success that's
Dang.
affecting not only
I wish
workers,
I could sell. Dang, you can't leave until you're finished.
I think this trench coat is hazardous waste.
You are going to die in this suit.
Wait, was that in the pocket? I think that was the thumbnail. Was that in the pocket? Like, what's going on?
there's only one
Where did they
rule
find
on
that?
TikTok. If you've got it, broadcast it. Whether that's a workout routine,
I want to share the workout that has got me the best results in the fastest amount
Yeah,
of time.
people post
and it's
anything
been
on
super
TikTok,
sustainable.
even
an
though
embarrassing story,
it's not suitable for TikTok.
or your eating habits,
Here is what I eat in a day in a typical day in my life.
the social media app calls users to turn
But also TikTok, they post a lot of fake stuff too. Like, you can't believe everything that you see. Not everyone is rich, even though they're showing off like designer stuff. And not everyone follows what they do. They're just doing it to get views and stuff. And yeah, just don't believe everything you see, because those people posting it probably don't even do that either. They're just doing it for views and stuff.
the personal, even the potentially mundane, into entertainment. And purchases are no exception. In
I
fact,
hate when they waste
there's a
food
term for
though.
content that displays
They're like
every
making
item in a
this
shopping
nasty
cart.
food just to get views.
I have a haul. We have another haul. I have a haul. I'll give you guys a haul.
I got a haul for you guys.
Yep, the ubiquitous haul. A video format that
Target.
allows users to show off their splurges and holiday bounties for the pleasure and
Well,
envy
I don't
of
know.
viewers at home.
Here's everything I ordered in the month of November. I still have more coming in.
I don't know
Let's do a huge
why
haul of
people
everything that I
show
already
everything
got.
that they buy.
and
Like,
so worth it.
I spent $8,000.
robbers are just waiting for you to leave your house.
And then I got this tan one. So I just got the big size because I know it's gonna be hard to get.
But while some viewers only allow users to live vicariously through extravagant expenses,
But some people,
The first thing I'm so
like I said, not everything you see on TikTok is real. A lot of people are fake. They might be doing all these hauls and then the next day just shipping it back, like returning everything that they bought, because they made their video, so why would they want the clothes?
excited about. I got an Hermes bracelet.
there's a form of the trend that can be imitated, even by those whose disposable income depends on babysitting gigs, a paper route, or intermittent allowances. You've got it, the fast fashion haul. A favorite amongst Gen Z, these budget brands allow users to stay on top of trends without breaking the bank. And while numerous brands offer low prices, there is one company that's become synonymous with shopping hauls, SHEIN. the brand that offers items from apparel to pet toys to beauty products to home decor for unbeatable prices that tend to not exceed $15. This makes purchasing from SHEIN a transaction that suggests minimal buyer's remorse. So why was this customer considering withdrawing her support from the company altogether?
Don't know that I'll be purchasing from them anymore.
Well, it all started
she got a
on
crazy
January
note in her
21st,
pocket
when
or something.
Amanda's purchase from SHEIN arrived a week after she placed her order.
Y'all remember that story? Someone went to Zara. Wait, this is blurry. My face is blurry the whole time. Someone went to Zara and they bought a jacket or something, and there was like a rat foot or something sewn into the jacket pocket. Y'all remember that? That's crazy.
Order.
This is part of my SHEIN order I received today.
But what should have been a cause for celebration in a world plagued by shipping delays and customs holdups quickly descended into a nightmare. As the TikTok user opened her package and 6 pieces of folded paper fell out. Each note contained the same ominous message, or perhaps warning.
I opened one up, and they all say the same thing. You are going to die in this suit.
Frightened for her safety,
That's
the
crazy.
user washed her hands, put
Like-
gloves on, and informed the local police department about what had occurred.
A little bit worried and scared. I will not be wearing this dress.
And with over 9 million views on the video, it seemed viewers were just as concerned as Amanda. While one user joked, maybe they meant you're going to look drop-dead gorgeous in the dress.
But,
others encouraged
like,
Amanda to
who-
reach out to SHEIN. However, some viewers weren't convinced
What
any
can
good would come
SHEIN-
from involving the company. Rather than snitch on the workers who then might be punished by the brand,
What would SHEIN
one user
respond to
suggested
that?
Amanda just return the item. Another replied, LOL, they don't care. This happens a lot. Sometimes the workers asking for help for horrid working conditions. Others were less inclined to offer advice or support, and instead suggested Amanda was receiving her comeuppance for supporting fast fashion, an industry notorious for using sweatshops to make their items as fast and cheap as possible. One user commented, "You're seriously disappointed in SHEIN for lack of quality control? The workers are literally screaming for help." But others defended the TikTok user's decision to order from the affordable brand. As one viewer
The same
stated,
people
"Y'all keep
complaining
saying, why y'all still
are
buy
the same
clothes on
people that
Shein?
don't do anything.
Because not everyone can afford expensive clothes." In her subsequent videos, Amanda gave viewers a better look at her deceptively glittery purchase that was discounted now invitingly from $22 to just $14.75.
This is the dress
Oh, I had to check my phone.
that everybody's asking about. And I have no gloves on today, but I am definitely going to wash my hands after this.
And while this was the first time she'd
Why
ever
though?
experienced anything like this from the company,
Is it
there was
poisoned?
still more to arrive.
I do have a large order still on the way that this was a part of. I'm not trying to do this for clout or anything else. Just making everybody aware that it really
Yeah,
did
'cause that's
happen.
crazy,
And
like,
freaked out.
Getting that kind
But
of
even
note.
as her next package proved to
Buying
have no
clothes.
frightening messages attached,
That one doesn't have any notes. Yay!
getting in contact with SHEIN presented another hurdle.
I've tried contacting the company and they haven't gotten back with me on anything. I continuously try and do the chat. No one is doing a live chat.
Horrible
there's no
customer
phone number.
service.
If somebody has a phone number for contact support, please give that to me.
By going through live chat, Amanda eventually was able to get on the phone with the SHEIN representative, who had one pressing question for the TikTok user. Where was the package shipped from?
The original package was shipped from California. She confirmed with me that the California facility is a returns facility.
This meant the product Amanda received was a return from another shopper, a revelation to some viewers who had no idea they could be receiving previously owned items from the brand.
Oh,
However, there's a process that's
interesting.
meant to be followed before these items can be shipped back out.
So they're supposed to pull out the product, inspect the product, and then put it into a new SHEIN bag.
But if the
So it's possible that the person that had it before just printed those notes and put it in because they're not a fan of this fast fashion brand. So maybe they just put it in there so that the other person would stop buying from them. It's possible.
order had been thoroughly inspected, why were notes that were noticeably not a part of the ensemble in the package?
I'm guessing this dress did not get put through that process completely or properly.
Amanda
they
believes
hid
what
it
happened
well.
was a practical joke by the previous owner of the dress, although she was still waiting for the punchline.
If you are seeing this, actually, be awesome to talk to you and find out, like, what kind of sick prank this was.
And even though SHEIN appeared to have no refund policy in place for this,
For someone that thinks it was a sick prank, she seems to be really happy of the attention. Like if someone, if my life was threatened, I wouldn't be smiling about it. Like, um, shouldn't she be scared? And wouldn't she be scared of posting videos of this? Like, I know that they didn't specifically try to hurt her, or like maybe they just want to like scare whoever was buying fast fashion stuff. But wouldn't you be scared if someone was like trying to threaten you? And wouldn't you be scared to show your face and all that? But I guess she doesn't really think it's a sick prank if she's like all up on the camera.
The scenario.
I was not offered another dress for like the compensation or anything, like a replacement.
To be safe, Amanda was sending the dress, the notes, and even the bag it came in back to the company. Contents the SHEIN representative promised would be tested.
And she's going to contact me if they come up with anything when they send it to the forensics team.
But viewers weren't as trusting of the company as the TikTok users seemed to be. One viewer commented, "I think it is super convenient that they say it came from a returns facility. Not sure I buy that." While another theorized the notes could have been alluding to hazardous chemicals in the product. I think the worker who packed it might be referring to lead poisoning. But why was SHEIN, a company with haul videos that have collected over 8 billion views, held in such disdain by certain viewers? Well, as it turns out...
And also, this only happened to that lady. This never happened to anyone else. No one else ever got these kind of messages before. So, is it possible that this lady put those notes in there herself? Like I said in the beginning of the video, people like to do anything just to get attention and stuff. So what if she just did it on her own? And like a few months later, we find out that she put the notes in, and then, I don't know.
This wasn't
You never know,
brand's first rodeo.
because that's how
SHEIN had
TikTok
gone viral
does
for a
stuff.
disturbing message attached to their apparel before. And unlike Amanda's folded notes, this wasn't an isolated incident. In 2022,
so that's how they
three
put
words
tags
found
on.
on various SHEIN labels rang alarm bells across the internet.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they need to explain this one, because it can seem like someone's crying out for help, but it can also seem like a bad translation. Because like right here, it's part of the sentence, like, need your help washing with the soft detergent. I don't know. It could be a bad translation or something. I don't know.
Need your help. The call for action was clear, and users tore through their SHEIN supplied packages and wardrobes.
My whole closet is mostly filled with SHEIN clothes.
I found one. We found one.
You guys see that?
In search of evidence to prove that laborers really were reaching out for help.
I have heard a few times on TikTok about this happening. I just happened to receive a package from them. So
Because who's in charge of making the tags? Is it also SHEIN, or did they just order it online from somewhere else? A tag making company? I don't know. I don't know how tags work.
let me see. It says need your help.
This is literally sick. So these clothes came in from SHEIN, and multiple tags say need your help.
I got goosebumps reading this.
But
turn the label
need
and it
your help
said,
washing.
Need your help.
Need your help washing
scared?
with.
It's right there.
Need your help washing with the soft detergent.
I hope that they use
I don't know.
over there, because
Let's see what SHEIN says.
But whatever was going on at SHEIN appeared to be under lock and key. The fast fashion titan is a privately held company that's been described by CNN as notoriously reclusive, with little known about its inner workings. And perhaps there's a reason for that. Still, a little digging presents a basic profile of the brand, shipping to over 150 countries.
Because like, this is how stuff gets blown out of proportion. Like, it could be like a translation problem, and then people are trying to act like people are trying to cry out for help. But it could also be people are trying to cry out for help. But like, SHEIN's not giving any answers, so I don't know what people can do about it. So sometimes something bad is going on, but like there's nothing you can really do because like it's in another country. But also you can just stop buying the clothes. Like, that's how you can do your part. But also it could just be a translation error, and then people are just trying to blow it out of proportion, make conspiracy theories and all this stuff, because sometimes people like to spread all this information without knowing back information, and that's how things get like blown out of proportion. So I don't know which way it's going, so let's see what they say.
and setting up offices in both Singapore and the US has provided SHEIN with an immense global reach that makes it hard to pin to any one location. However, the brand's origins lie in China. And while SHEIN is now the most visited apparel site in the world, the company wasn't always the fast fashion heavyweight that stands before us today. In fact, back in 2008, SHEIN wasn't known as SHEIN at all, but instead launched under the domain SHEINside, a website that acted as a dropshipping retailer for apparel and wedding gowns sourced from a wholesale clothing market located in Guangzhou, China. It wasn't until 2014 that the company secured its own supply chain and expanded its empire by purchasing fellow Chinese online retailer Romwe. And by 2015, the company shortened its name to the more memorable and search engine friendly SHEIN. But with no traditional brick and mortar store, what took SHEIN from one of thousands of discount stores to a brand that's rumored revenue for 2022 exceeded $20 billion? Well, while the brand is no stranger to working with celebrities from Katy Perry, Nick Jonas, and Lil Nas X, social media hauls from regular people and influencers is where SHEIN made its name. And, more recently, what landed the company in hot water as those disturbing labels asking for help went viral. But it turns out, when you read the full tag, the message isn't as bone-chilling as it first appears. Do not dry clean due to water-saving technology. Need your help washing with the soft detergent the first time, the full label reads. And that's exactly the explanation SHEIN gave in the summer of 2020.
Yeah, because people were just reading that part. They weren't reading the full sentence. So on one side, it could be like the full sentence is just a bad translation. But I don't know, the people that were saying the need your help, they never read the full sentence. They just said the need your help part. So like one side, they're not giving the whole story, but on the other side, it could be like they're trying to cover up something, even though someone's trying to call out for help.
2022. Our intention was to remind customers to help soften this fabric by introducing a softener when washing the garment for the first time. They even went as far as to say they have a strict code of conduct which forbids forced labor, ending off with, "We want to be honest with our customers." Still, people were convinced it was damage control and asked to see the working conditions. But with a company as shrouded in mystery as SHEIN, was any real insight into the mistreatment of workers possible? Well, a recently released documentary from Britain's Channel 4 titled Untold: Inside the SHEIN Machine at the very least provides viewers with a glimpse behind the veil of PR statements and secrecy, as journalist Iman Amrani spoke with experts about how the company became a success. Some of SHEIN's achievements boil down to speed. See, if the brand's competitors are fast fashion, SHEIN is supersonic. After all, what takes Zara an average of 3 weeks to produce takes SHEIN an estimated 3 to 7 days. This is partially because SHEIN only creates a small inventory of each item until a piece proves to be a big seller.
They effectively treat it like a laboratory, so they can throw an idea at it.
And if they do well and we buy lots of them, they produce lots more.
Then, of course, there's the matter of timing. SHEIN boomed during the pandemic, when social lives were quarantined to one app where users shared recipe inspo, ways they kept themselves entertained while bunkered with family.
This toilet is smoking. There's smoke coming out of it.
And shopping hauls, especially from one brand in particular. But above all, what's kept SHEIN relevant comes down to one factor: price.
The suspenders that all these guys are wearing except for my husband were $2 on SHEIN.
I'm sure these were like really cheap as well, like under £10.
And this is a really good Kate Spade dupe, and it was like $3.
Bought these brushes from SHEIN and they cost me less than £3 each. Crazy.
And these cost me, drumroll please, a grand total of £8.50.
After all, who cares what quality the clothing is?
How are the quality of those
an
headphones?
Entire seasonal wardrobe for a fraction
are they
of the
worth
price
it?
they pay elsewhere. Still, the question remains: how does SHEIN keep their prices so low?
You don't know anything about how the company is structured, where they pay taxes, where they produce, let alone under what circumstance they produce.
Yeah, and it seems like they don't have a good customer service either.
Not staffing
So
and operating physical stores and working with influencers over launching traditional marketing campaigns have all kept the company low cost. SHEIN allegedly has other measures implemented behind the scenes to keep the brand profitable. In 2021, Swiss human rights watchdog organization Public Eye teamed up with a secret workers' rights organization in South China to investigate SHEIN's network of suppliers in Guangzhou and interview
What'd they
workers
find
at
out? What'd
these
they find out?
factories. It was found that unlike typical large Chinese retailers, Shein hired small suppliers with less space, staff, and regulations. Amongst bags of clothing and barred windows, those interviewed at these factories reported working 75-hour weeks, almost double the 40-hour work week China's labor law allows. And the pay was no better. How much would you guess a laborer was paid to make this dress?
10 cents?
If you answered 3 yuan, the equivalent of 47 US cents, you'd be spot on. So who do Shein suppliers hire to fill these thankless positions? That would be migrant workers, the workforce that comes from provinces with lower wages and are willing to devote their entire time in Guangzhou to these grueling hours until they can return home. As for Shein's response to Public Eye's findings, well, the company's sustainability report proved the organization was onto something.
In this report, they said that they had investigated 700 something suppliers, and the result was that 83% of them required immediate action.
But had Shein taken this immediate action? Iman Amrani was about to find out. The journalist enlisted the services of a woman in China who, for security reasons, they referred to as May in the documentary. Her goal? To provide the first ever undercover camera investigation of a Shein supplier. And what she discovered, viewers would have to see to believe. It appeared the working hours were different at this factory May was hired than the ones Public Eye visited. In fact, they were worse. May witnessed employees working 17 hours or more to complete their daily quotas of at least 500 clothing pieces per day,
that's
with women
crazy.
using lunch breaks to accomplish the basic tasks they no longer had free time for, like washing their hair. The base salary at the factory was allegedly 4,000 yuan per month, equivalent to about $587 US. But even this amount was contingent on laborers making 500
extra
pieces
zero
per day. And for new workers, their first month's pay was withheld. As for weekends, vacations, or holidays, well, how does 1 day off per month sound instead? This flies in the face of not only China's labor laws that promise 1 day off per week, but Shein's own code of conduct guarantees reasonable working hours that comply with local laws.
Of course they're gonna
This
lie
isn't the only
to the
commitment
public.
the company appears to be breaking, as their code states there shall not be disciplinary deduction from wage payment. Yet, according to May's co-workers, if a mistake was made by a laborer, 100 yuan could be deducted from their final check. That's 3/4 of their daily wage.
Basically, it's worse than years ago. No one really cared, you know?
And when May went undercover in a different factory, the conditions were no better. But when it comes to Shein, who is the man behind the machine? That's Chris Zhu, billionaire and known recluse.
Unlike other tech entrepreneurs, he keeps a low profile and refuses to give interviews.
However, in May 2022, Wired published an article on Shein that included an interview with the 2 other original co-owners of the company, Wang Jiahu and Li Peng. According to the pair, before they were able to reap the success of what the brand would become, Chris changed the company's passwords and left them behind. But from Li's perspective, this was ultimately for the best. When you are dealing with someone with bad morals, you can't tell when he's going to hurt you, right? The former Shein co-owner told the magazine. If I can stay clear from him early on, at least he's not able to hurt me later. But while Chris Zhu's privacy may protect him from public scrutiny, the bad practices of his company are on full display, as Shein's indiscriminate theft of designs from major brands like Dr. Martens and Levi Strauss, as well as small artists, makes all too clear.
Look at my designs. Look at the quality. And then look at theirs. It's so cheap you can see her underwear.
In fact, it doesn't appear Shein puts as much thought into their merchandise as a retailer of its size should.
And can you sue them for
the
that?
apologies that followed selling
Hasn't
a
anyone
necklace
sued them
featuring
and
a hate
won?
symbol for the low price of $2.50, marketing Muslim prayer mats as frilled Greek carpets, and a phone case featuring a black man in handcuffs, with his body being outlined. And then there's Shein's environmental impact. See, while the brand likes to pledge their commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and using renewable energy sources, Shein's lack of transparency calls every promise the brand makes into question.
You can't say that you're committed to solving a problem when you're the person creating the problem. It's greenwashing, making people think it's okay to buy this rubbish when it's not.
Regardless of creating a small inventory for each item, Shein releases thousands of new items per day, an output fellow fast fashion brands like Missguided and Fashion Nova can only complete on a weekly basis. This production rate makes the brand inherently
so much stuff to do there.
regardless of the efforts they claim to be taking.
So much going on.
Brightly. The fact
Too many
remains
hours
that
to
fast
work.
fashion is the second highest polluting industry in the world, just behind oil and gas. And even if buyers attempt to give their Shein purchases a second life by donating them, these items aren't necessarily built with the quality to last.
This you cannot resell because it's so cheap to buy in the first place.
Fast fashion accounts for a whopping 10% of our global pollution, and this number is accounted for by every step of the trade, from creation to final destination.
Like, they're showing like all these working conditions, like making the clothes, but where are they getting all this fabric from too? Like all these materials? Is there like another factory where they make all these materials too? Like they always show like people making the clothes, but where are the materials to make the clothes coming from too? I don't know. It's like a never-ending chain.
And the devastation Shein items cause goes beyond them being poorly made. The synthetic materials Shein uses are made of plastic, which isn't biodegradable. Instead, these items release microplastics into our air and water systems by being washed or simply worn. And a 2021 investigation by CBC Marketplace found toxic chemicals in the company's clothing that could lead to brain, heart, kidney, and reproductive issues in the future.
We're buying what looks cute and fashionable on this incredibly short fashion cycle. That cost is not worth it.
For example, this Shein toddler's jacket might look like the perfect purchase for the youngster in your life, but with a level of lead that's nearly 20 times more than what Health Canada allows in children's products, you might want to think twice before adding the piece to your basket.
I think this trench coat is hazardous waste.
When Channel 4 reached out to Shein with their findings, the brand responded claiming they were committed to complying with China's labor laws and conducted regular third-party audits to ensure suppliers were
They don't want
meeting
negative
their
attention,
standards.
so
The day the documentary
they're just gonna say
the brand announced
something to
Shein
please everyone.
Exchange, a site where environmentally conscious customers could purchase and sell previously owned items, which some saw as, well, a diversion tactic. As for those promised third-party audits, the brand claimed their hired experts refuted most of the allegations made by the documentary, including the unfair salaries and deduction of wages as punishment. Still, the audits found 2 suppliers were guilty of working employees for too many hours, although the brand insisted this did not exceed 13.5 hours per day. While these are significantly less than claimed in the documentary, they are still higher than local regulations permit, the company said in a statement. Shein pledged $15 million to improve the working conditions at these factories and gave the suppliers until the end of December 2022 to...
It's like the trial last year, Amber Heard, she pledged the $1 million, or she pledged the $1 million to charity, but pledging and doing are two different things. They pledged, what was it, $10 million to improve working conditions, but just because they pledged it doesn't mean they actually did it.
Fix the situation. But with buyers being asked to withdraw their support from fast fashion brands like Shein, is there any hope for the stylistically inclined to still be able to express themselves on a budget? While everyone can't afford to shop the local and sustainable brands that create less waste, there are alternatives that don't involve supporting fast fashion. Thrifting, trading, and even renting clothing are just a few of the ways people can find deals and still feel good about their purchases.
I feel like people are too lazy to do that.
In the words of the immortal Vivian Westwood,
buy less, choose well, make it last.
In the long run, following every micro trend, buying an entire wardrobe for a vacation, and attempting to emulate the sizable walk-in closets of the rich and famous isn't sustainable, thrifted or otherwise. Cherishing what you have, getting creative with the way you pair your pieces into ensembles, and yes, even repeating outfits, is the best way to fight against the overconsumption that social media trends present as a requirement rather than a choice. While Shein products may look like a steal, they appear to come with hidden costs that harm workers, the environment, and even customers.
I think we need to be protecting everybody.
As the fashion industry attempts to become more sustainable,
and it's the future of fashion. I think if people don't start adopting this way of working, then, you know, they're going to go out of fashion pretty quick.
Shein presents a massive leap backwards.
Shein have taken the fast fashion model of producing clothes and put it on steroids.
That requires action, not just from the brand, but consumers.
I'm still not trying it on.
This is the story of Shein, the fast fashion company that continues to thrive so long as buyers allow it to.
Okay, so y'all shop from Shein? I've heard of it, but I've never even went to the website before. So yeah, I've never bought anything from Shein. But I feel like people aren't going to stop buying things from Shein because it's cheap and they like the way it looks. And of course, if you don't make a lot of money and you want to look good, like, where else are you going to buy your clothes from? So of course people are going to still buy from Shein even if they saw this video. And also I feel like the tags, I feel like it was just a translation error. I don't think anyone was trying to call out for help. And I think the paper that the girl got in her bag, it just wasn't checked well. And maybe even the worker that checked it was the one that was supposed to inspect it. Maybe they're the ones that put the notes inside because they don't like people buying stuff from Shein. But yeah, people are still going to buy from Shein because they want to look good for really cheap, especially if you don't make that much money and you want to look good for the Instagram and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy that they don't get paid that much. But the only way to stop it is to not buy from there, but people aren't going to do that. So we'll see if anything changes. And I feel like Shein, they're just going to say positive things so that they don't get any backlash for anything. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.